The Unseen Foundations of Life, a scholar's journey through natural conception. The whisper of a desire for new life is a profound human experience, often accompanied by hope, anticipation, and sometimes a quiet desperation. In an era dominated by advanced reproductive technologies, many couples find themselves on a complex and emotionally taxing journey, navigating the promises of modern medicine. Yet, beneath the sterile glow of laboratories and the intricate dance of hormones lies an ancient wisdom, a call back to the body's innate rhythms and the profound power of natural healing. As a scholar steeped in the traditions of Oriental medicine, a seasoned medical researcher, and a practitioner of time-honored folk remedies, I've witnessed firsthand the often overlooked truth. Conception, at its most fundamental, begins not in a petri dish, but in a well-prepared temple, the human body itself. The pursuit of parenthood can be fraught with challenges. I recall countless conversations, often late into the night, with individuals heartbroken by repeated miscarriages, or the emotional and financial toll of unsuccessful in vitro fertilization, IVF, cycles. One particular case stands out vividly. A young couple, having invested over 200 million Vietnamese dong and endured 3 IVF attempts, each resulting in a successful initial conception followed by the heartbreaking loss of their child. Their tears were not merely for the lost money, but for the profound void left by unfulfilled dreams. Their plight, sadly, is not unique. It prompts a critical question that modern reproductive science, in its eagerness to intervene, sometimes overlooks. Are we adequately preparing the very ground upon which new life is meant to flourish? Traditional medicine, with its millennia of observation and practice, offers a resounding no to this question, particularly in the context of contemporary environmental and lifestyle factors. Our ancestral texts and folk wisdom consistently emphasize the foundational role of parental health, especially the vitality of the kidneys, in successful conception and healthy offspring. As the adage goes, Tin cha huyet me, the father's essence and the mother's blood, are the very fabric of a new being, both intrinsically linked to kidney function. A father with compromised kidney health, burdened by toxins or chronic ailments, may inadvertently pass on a legacy of weakness to his child. This is not a matter of immutable genetic destiny, as some might assume, but rather the transference of a suboptimal internal environment. Consider the tragic instances of infants developing kidney issues mere months after birth. Often, the root cause can be traced back to parental health, a silent inheritance of accumulated bodily burdens. The challenges faced by women today, particularly amplified by the environmental and public health crises of recent years, which I refrain from elaborating on given its sensitive nature, but which readers intuitively understand, have profoundly impacted reproductive capacity. We observe a marked increase in women struggling with natural conception, often resorting to IVF, only to encounter subsequent difficulties in sustaining pregnancy. This phenomenon, which I attribute to what traditional Eastern medicine terms a cold and toxic uterus, tu kung lan van yim duk, presents a formidable obstacle to embryonic implantation and development. Even if a fertilized ovum successfully implants, a compromised uterine lining, weakened by toxins and poor circulation, often fails to provide the nurturing environment required for sustained growth, leading to early embryonic loss. The uterus, in essence, becomes an inhospitable terrain where the delicate seed of life cannot take root. The symptoms of a cold uterus are often dismissed as mere discomforts of the female cycle, yet they are profound indicators of underlying systemic imbalances. These include agonizing menstrual cramps necessitating pain relief, scanty and dark menstrual blood with clots or fibrous strands, and persistent abnormal vaginal discharge, ki hu huet trang. These manifestations point to a uterus that struggles with efficient contraction and expulsion of metabolic waste, leading to a buildup of toxins. Over time, this chronic inflammation and stagnation can give rise to conditions such as polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, endometriosis, and cervical lesions, all significant barriers to fertility. Therefore, my counsel to aspiring parents is clear and unequivocal. Resist the urge to rush into conception. Before embarking on the miraculous journey of creating life, dedicate a period, at least 2 to 3 months, to a thorough internal cleansing and restoration. To invite a child into a body burdened by poor health, weakened lungs, kidneys, heart, or compromised blood quality is to unknowingly burden that child from the outset. A strong, vibrant foundation is the greatest gift a parent can bestow. If conception occurs in a body laden with toxins, even if by a stroke of luck the embryo forms, its ability to securely attach to a dirty, weak, and cold uterine wall will be severely impaired, often leading to its early departure. The path to purification, thankfully, is paved with accessible and time-tested natural remedies. One such method involves the daily intake of a simple yet potent concoction: a medium-sized pineapple, a fresh ginger root, and a pinch of coarse sea salt, blended and strained into 300-400 ml of liquid. This is to be sipped throughout the day, avoiding consumption in the evening. This synergistic blend, combining the anti-inflammatory properties of ginger, the enzymatic benefits of pineapple, and the mineral-rich alkalinity of sea salt, aids in systemic detoxification. Both partners should embrace this regimen. For couples, doubling the quantities ensures comprehensive cleansing. Another fundamental practice is the lemon salt water cleanse, a gentle yet effective method to stimulate detoxification pathways. A simple preparation of half a teaspoon of coarse sea salt, half a lemon, and 300 ml of warm water consumed in the morning initiates a metabolic flush. Coupled with mindful deep breathing, exposure to natural sunlight, and moderate physical activities like walking, these practices create a holistic environment for cellular regeneration. Beyond these daily tonics, certain traditional herbal allies stand out for their profound impact on uterine health. Mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, known as ngai ku in Vietnamese traditional medicine, is a quintessential herb for nourishing the uterus. While its bitter taste can be challenging, its efficacy in promoting blood circulation, dispelling cold, clearing stagnation, and fostering new blood formation within the uterus is unparalleled. Historically, mugwort has been revered for its ability to warm the womb, addressing the very cold uterus syndrome that modern women frequently experience. Its potent uterine contracting properties, however, necessitate a cautionary note. Mugwort paste and the pineapple ginger salt mixture should be ceased a few days before attempting conception, as their strong contractile action could inadvertently expel a newly formed fragile embryo, which at its earliest stage is perceived by the body as merely a blood clot or foreign entity. It is imperative to reiterate, engaging in IVF with a compromised maternal body, particularly a toxic and unhealthy uterus, is akin to planting a delicate seed in barren, poisoned soil. While financially costly, the deeper tragedy lies in the potential for repeated heartbreak and the unintentional termination of nascent life. I am not an opponent of IVF. Indeed, for many, it offers a vital avenue to parenthood. However, my strong recommendation, born of both clinical experience and scholarly insight, is to view IVF not as a primary solution to an unhealthy body, but as a technological aid to a body already optimized for life. IVF should be undertaken when the parents' bodies, especially the mother's uterus, are in their purest, strongest, and most receptive state. Every embryo, even in its earliest unformed state, represents a profound potential, a culmination of parental essence. To proceed without adequate preparation is not an act of malice, but often one of insufficient understanding, inadvertently leading to the loss of a precious spark of life. Ultimately, the message I wish to convey is one of empowerment and conscious preparation. Before embarking on the path to parenthood, let us return to the timeless wisdom that emphasizes the sanctity of the vessel. By dedicating ourselves to purifying and strengthening the bodies of both father and mother, we not only enhance the chances of natural conception, but also lay the most robust foundation for a healthy, thriving child. This is the true essence of parental love. A profound commitment to preparing the most fertile ground for the miracle of life. ensuring that every child is born into a legacy of vitality, not vulnerability. May this understanding guide all who dream of welcoming new life into the world.